All right, welcome everyone to another episode of Towers and Gods. Episode 14. This is the first episode of the new arc, the new floor, which is insanely exciting. So welcome everyone. Happy to have you here. As always, we are joined by the amazing cast members. We have Isaiah as Gasu, or Jong now. Oops.
Hello.
I was just telling Isaiah I'm finally getting used to Jong, and I freaking screwed up. We have Milios.
I'm count every time you slip up, bro.
We have Milios as Brack.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
We have Sunwoo as Woo.
My name is Woo, and I'm a Horizon addict.
Just coming right now. We have Hannah as Eden.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream.
And we have Other Joe as Damien Frog.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
Care to elaborate on that one while I post this?
But
I swear I'll take the One Piece intros.
Have at thee!
Well, yes.
I love how we I love all of our different intros. It's like Isaiah's like, yo, Brack is always in character. Son, you're always like super chill. I'm just like happy peppy, and then Joe just always hits us with the random chaos bomb. It's amazing.
Yep. It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
This is what happens when I get to go last.
Yes.
That's why I do it.
Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to our members. I recently added a Scopio emoji. So shout out to Kiki for creating that one.
Oh yeah.
So you can use those members, the Scopio emote. And I also want to give a shout out to the Discord, because just a couple hours ago, everyone in the Discord kind of got together and had this discussion about how to make the server better, and because certain aspects of the server has been sort of slow lately, and I've been kind of inactive, and so it was a really good discussion, and it was just great. So I really want to take this time to say, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, this would be the time, because we're going to be making some great changes here soon, and I think it'd be awesome if you could join the community there. So the link is down below. Also, Sun, for some reason, everyone in the server has been saying how I forgot to add you, or how I forgot.
Dude, I accepted the thing, and then there was some other step that I had to do, and I just never did it, and I forgot about it. I don't think it's your fault. I think it's my fault.
No. Well, apparently they were like, Joe, you didn't fix it for Sun. How could you? And I was like, I'm sorry, but the mods fixed it. I mean, so now you've been given full access. So there was a whole justice for Sun thing going on. But
shout out to y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's Black History Month. Let's make it happen.
But yeah, so join the Discord if you wanna see the memes and the fan art and all that stuff too. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I have. So, any thoughts before moving into the episode itself?
I'm just so ready.
I don't know what to expect.
Blazer should have never passed.
That's fast. Can we get shirts that say that?
Honestly, I'd sign that petition.
Dude,
I'm just saying.
You'll see. Blazer's gonna show up with a machine gun. It's gonna be insane. All right.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he will show up with a machine gun, because that way he won't have to aim.
Oh no.
Anyway, so let's pick up here. So, the second floor, you all been through so much, obviously. You only spent maybe a week and a half there, but obviously it felt like much longer. And after being absorbed by the light and just enveloping all 8 of you, you ended up moving on to the very next floor. And I'm going to take a minute here to sort of describe how the next floors briefly went for all of you. Just a brief little description. And so currently your team consists of the fishermen Brack and Shion, the spear bearers Victor and Eden, the light bearer Damien, the scout Woo, and the wave controllers Jong and Leaf. When you arrived at the third floor, it was a very forested area, and the test was very simple. It had to do with identifying certain leaves and certain species of trees, and then using them properly during a maze to try to get out of a maze. And Leaf was especially helpful during that test. She seemed to know everything when it came to the shrubs and the trees and everything. So that test, you aced it. It was no problem. The fourth floor was known as Mount Chun. and it was very snowy and mountainous. And you had to scale a mountain in sort of a race-like fashion, and everyone did well there. It was more difficult, though. Shion kind of excelled at that test. And then during the 5th floor, you took the test at a beachside. And the problem at this floor was essentially you had to wait a couple months to register for the test. So you were able to take some time there, bond a little bit. But overall, the test was a game of capture the flag, in which Victor ended up clutching at the very end and winning the test for your team. So we're picking up as you exit the 5th floor of the tower. You're ascending to the 6th, and the light is once again enveloping you all.
Hold on, I have a question.
Go ahead, yeah.
So you just gonna skip the beach episode like that?
Okay. Oh! Let me clarify. There is more than one beach in this tower. All right.
Yeah, we passed a couple shorelines, but when we get to the beach, y'all know. We'll know.
Exactly. Anyway, you'll have more opportunities for the beach. So when you arrive, you're enveloped by the light, and you arrive on the 6th floor of the tower. And as you look around and you gaze upon the contents of this floor, you see desert all around you. It's a very mountainous region. You see sand everywhere. There's not many creatures in sight, and it's a very clear sky. It's very hot. A couple cactuses here and there. Your typical desert climate, mountains in the distance. And as you arrive and sort of, gather and look around at your surroundings, you see 3 people come up to you, and they're wearing these robes and these headdresses that cover their faces from the sun, and they're all riding this creature. It's this sort of, it's how I would describe some kind of reptilian camel. I know that sounds strange, but it's got humps, and it's very large, but it has a lizard's face and a really huge tail, and it has sharp teeth. But they seem to be completely calm under the control of these 3 individuals, and they, barely any time to waste. They walk up to you. One of them dismounts and begins to walk towards you.
Who are you?
Greetings. We are nomads hired by the Testing Administrating Bureau of the 6th floor. There is no charge. We'll be guiding you towards the city of Artlam.
Is that where the next test takes place?
Indeed. You'll be taking the test in the city. By the way, I forgot to mention, 6 months have gone by.
6
overall.
months.
It took 6 months to get here. Overall, the early floors seemed pretty simple. It'll be a day's journey to get to Artlam. But we shouldn't encounter any difficulties with the path we are taking.
All right, well, no time like the present. Let's go.
Do you guys have any water?
We do. And he motions over to one of his friends, who you notice that one of his creatures is saddled, and it has a ton of items in one of his backpacks, and he hands you a canteen, and hands all of you a canteen of water.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
How's our strawberry water supply going after 6 months?
It's probably not going well.
Brad got rid of it all.
He finished it after the first month.
Brack not paying them no mind. He's just chugging the water that he was given in the canteen.
All right.
Are you sure that's a good idea, Brack? That's
Wait,
supposed to last
what?
us a day, I think.
Hold
As
on.
Brack is drinking, he just...
Wait. Brad, hold on. Did that water come out of the humps of these lizard camel creatures you have here?
No, they did not.
Oh, thank God.
Why would you think such a thing?
I don't know. I proceed to drink.
Okay.
Okay.
And you see Leaf kind of picking up the sand and letting it fall between her fingers. I've never felt sand before. And during the time that you all have been climbing with Leaf, she hasn't changed visually that much, but you've noticed she's gotten better at being more determined, a little bit more, better at just being herself and not being so afraid. And you've noticed nothing visually has changed much about her, but her voice has gotten a little deeper.
Well, I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
I knew you were gonna do that!
Someone had to.
I love you, Joe. You're the best.
Verbatim.
Oh my god.
Oh man, never change.
Damien Skywalker over here.
I know.
Next thing you know, he's gonna be talking about the midichlorians.
Stop. He gonna slay the nomads first, bro.
Oh no!
And not just the women, but the children too.
All right. I want to clarify too that the beach side you all were at, the beaches weren't exactly very nice, and there was no sand. It was much more like mud. The beaches. So.
Okay, appreciate you for skipping that.
Yeah, I got you. But chat was trying to call me out on Leaf never touching sand.
Yeah.
Get out of here, chat. Come on. I'm just So, she's feeling the sand a little bit, and Victor goes, "Oh no, a desert. This is gonna get old quickly." Eden, how you holding up? Eden? Hello? He kind of waves his hand.
I think the beach floor traumatized her.
It's
You good, Eden?
Can y'all hear me?
You're cutting
Yes.
out. Maybe? I heard you say it's...
Am I?
I think so. Maybe?
Yeah, you're definitely cutting out.
Okay.
Wait. Discord? Heck.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
now I hear the cutting out.
Yeah.
All right, we will cut back to you, Hannah. Take your time. Well then, shall we be off? And the nomad looks to you all. You will have to be walking. We did not bring any limels for you all.
I can't ride with you.
Oh, that's typical.
I'm afraid not.
Can I ride my lighthouse at the pace we're going, or do I have to walk?
I'm gonna say you can. Yeah.
Yes! Oh, no sand for me!
Am I back?
Yes, you're
Yeah.
back.
Yes.
You're back.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't know what happened.
You're totally fine. You're totally fine.
Okay.
Victor kind of... So, all right. Victor wasn't obviously waving in front of the Eden that was just standing there.
It was a
Eden,
mirage.
Right. Ugh. He blinks and it's gone.
Victor, I'm over here.
Proof.
How you holding up, Eden?
It's hot.
Yeah.
I don't like hot.
Me neither.
I like the previous floor. I like snow. It's nicer.
Honestly, the snow is kind of awesome, you know? You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about
I like
sweltering heat.
this. Yeah. Yeah. Not a fan.
No.
Not a fan.
No. How about you, Jong? Any
I could use
motions
a
over here,
fan.
Jong?
And Jong is sort of like cautiously sniffing the water in the cantina that he was given before he takes like
Come
a tiny little sip and then just kind of caps it back up.
Really, man?
Don't really me. You don't know where this water came from.
These guys, they were hired by
We do know. I asked them. It's not from the camel lizards. We're good.
Yeah, but you still don't know where the water came from. You can't just drink stuff that you're given from strangers.
If you're not going to drink that out,
Victor will beg to differ, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
Okay, Zhang, Victor, it's been 6 months. Y'all been at each other's throats.
I'm just trying to be
Can we
friends with
just-
the guy.
I know you are, and I
At what
appreciate
point did I say
the
I
effort.
wanted to be friends with you?
We're brothers, dude. Come on. We should be more than
Your
friends.
brothers?
This nonsense again.
As far
And then
as I
John
know.
takes his water bottle out and tosses it to Brack. Brack, there you go. Enjoy.
you.
At this point, Shion walks over to you. Was that such a smart move? And she takes a swig from her canteen.
I'll be fine.
One floor, just one floor. Can we all get along? Okay, let's just
move.
start trudging through this. Yeah, let's go.
And the three men, they lead you, walking at a pretty slow pace across the desert. Damien, you pull out your lighthouse, I assume, and you begin riding it?
My nice air-conditioned lighthouse, I hope.
Was that AC?
Air conditioned.
With a soda stream dispenser inside.
Oh my god!
You go in the lighthouse, it's just like a frog bachelor pad.
Okay. The trudge across the desert begins, and like the nomads had said, there really hasn't been anything, crazy happening as you're trudging along. You see a couple of birds in the sky. They look very different than what you're used to, kind of scrawny and with these big wings, but kind of just a different breed than you're used to. But aside from that, just cactuses and sand and mountains and more sand. And eventually the sun begins to set, I'm gonna say quite a few hours later. And at this point, there was no breaks or anything. The nomads finally slow down and they look behind, they look around, and the lead nomad talks to the other two, and you see them start to head in different directions. And he gets off of his limo. It's time we make camp.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we were gonna make it to the city.
Within the day.
We're not going straight to the city?
It would take too long. We would get there in the dead of night.
Okay.
We would have been fine if you let us ride on your limo.
I'm afraid it wouldn't have made a difference.
It is
Where are the other guys going?
They're scouting. We wouldn't want to encounter any Hankles out here.
Where's the Hankel?
Well, they're all over the desert, unfortunately. We have a problem with Hankles as of late.
Great.
What are the what does a Hankel look like?
He motions for a couple of you to help him while he starts setting up camp. Who wants to help him set up camp?
Me.
All right, he motions for Damien and Wu.
I'll help.
Okay. He has you set up the campfire.
Okay.
What was your question again? I forgot.
What do Hankels look like?
Hankles, well, they look like these little furry creatures with long limbs, and they have a mane, and their eyes are huge and bloodshot. They travel in tribes and packs. Their intelligence makes them intimidating.
Are they are they a mammal or an insect or?
They are mammals.
Kind of like
the
a
closest creature to compare them to would be a monkey.
Can I see one?
There isn't one in sight currently.
No, but can I go and look for one?
We advise you not to do so. If something happens to you, we're not liable for it.
You were never liable for me to begin with. I'm going.
And then Leaf gets up. Can I come?
Sure. It's kind of late, but yeah, why not? We'll be back in.
It is extremely dangerous to travel the desert at night.
We're not going to be gone long, nor will we go too far. I just want to see if I can see one.
Well, just be careful.
All right, we will. And you begin to head off in a random direction. There's not really a semblance of direction here. Okay, the campsite continues to be set up, and at this point, the two other nomads come back. You see them talking to the head honcho, and at this point, the sun continues to set, and he, talks to the rest of you who are at the camp. No Hankles in sight.
Good.
Well, we'll be disappointed.
Speaking of which, we'll briefly cut to Wu here. And the two of you are walking along, and I'm going to say it's been 10 minutes at this point, and you see...
No.
Go ahead.
I sent my observer. couple miles ahead.
Okay, go ahead and make that a roll. Let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna find me a monkey, bro.
And I got a nat 1.
The observer seems to be malfunctioning a bit, and maybe it's the heat. It's not
It's
used to
the
this
heat.
What's wrong, Dr. Wu?
I don't think we're gonna find one leaf. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
We should get back before we get lost.
Okay, have you ever been to a desert before?
Can't say that I have, but kind of like it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I kind of want to study some of the cactuses, maybe if we have time.
Well, when we start journeying to the city tomorrow, we can observe any that we see along the way.
Okay, sounds good. And you begin to make your way back. At this point, I'm going to say the sun is basically set at this point. Let me see if this works. Boom. Okay.
Nice.
And you all gather around, and they light a campfire, and you can tell, the sweltering heat quickly disappears, and before you realize it, it's starting to get pretty chilly. Leaf kind of, she goes and, we'll say, grabs like a blanket or something. Here we go. And at this point, there are 4 tents that are set up, and you notice that the 3 nomads, 2 of the nomads take 1 tent, the lead nomad takes 1 tent, and the other 2 are left for you all.
Well, group, how do we want to split up into 2 tents? Why did they get... Okay, whatever.
I call dibs on the biggest tent.
Don't know if I want to sleep with Brad. Can I get a tent? Can I get a tent with John, please?
I concur, because I spent a week with this guy, and no offense, Brack, but, you do snore a lot. And not me. I definitely don't snore.
Does Victor have to be in our tent?
That's all I remember from you.
Victor doesn't. I think the girls should get a tent together.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Damien, have you come out of your lighthouse yet? I knock on the lighthouse. Damien.
Shion walks over. Hello. Joe might be muted.
Yeah, I think he is.
Damien is probably napping in the lighthouse or something.
Oh, I was muted.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
This whole time I've been
Damien.
yelling Attack of the Clones quotes.
Maybe it was better that you were
Damien, do you have a say in the tent arrangement? Or are you sleeping in your lighthouse?
Huh? I'm going to sleep in a tent.
So you're in your lighthouse.
I can't sleep in my lighthouse. I work there.
What work do you do?
Yeah.
All
right.
Shion says, yeah, I think we girls should get a tent.
Yeah, girls, guys, figure it out. Go lay claim. Yeah. It's too hot. Now it's really cold. I don't like this.
Victor goes, hey, Eden, you want to sit by the fire a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. And
Sure.
he kind of motions you over to sit by the fire. There's no chairs or anything, no rocks or anything to sit on.
Ugh. I don't like sand. It's coarse and it's not.
This way. Please don't say it.
It's too tempting, bro.
It's way too tempting. Sorry. Hey, and I'm the Star Wars nerd here. So. Anyway, yeah, I definitely like the mountains better.
Well, to be honest, it's chilly now, so camping out here isn't so bad.
Yeah, I guess. But feels like my skin is burning, but I'm cold. I don't like this. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow we'll be in the city, so hopefully we'll get some shade.
Hopefully.
Everyone else, do you want to do anything in particular?
I don't want to sleep in tent with all of them.
Okay.
You know what? I got it. I'm gonna use my gourd. I pull out 2 blankets from my gourd.
Yep.
And I lay them down next to the fire. And I'm like, I'm sleeping out here. You guys do you.
Actually, I second that idea. And Jong walks over to the outside of like where the tent would be, where the guys are, and like puts his bag down as like a makeshift pillow, and then just sits down next to it.
Well, more tent for me.
Hold up, hot table talk real quick. You said there were 3 tents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, 4 tents actually.
4 tents.
Oh, there's 4? Oh,
cool.
Nomad has a tent to himself.
What? Smug.
Well, since everybody is sitting by the campfire, Brack looks out. He looks at them as they're huddled around the fire. He laughs at them, opens up the curtain, walks into the tent, plops down on the floor with a nice plush pillow, puts his feet up, and just stare up at the tent window until he drifts off to sleep.
That's, I'm jealous.
Take this claim.
Meanwhile, just thinking, you fools.
Okay, perfect.
You gonna be chilling until Victor come in there and start snoring.
That's all right. We're in the tent. I'm taking him out.
At this point, I'm going to say Shion and Leaf both say goodnight, and they head into their tent.
Well, another day, another floor, another test.
Yeah. Hopefully we can take this one quicker than the last one.
Hopefully, waiting to sign up is kind of like, why?
They claim it's because a bunch of regulars want to take the test, but
I didn't see that many.
Yeah, exactly.
I think our group was one of the larger groups.
What do you think about that? Do you think having a large group is an advantage or disadvantage?
I honestly think, well, I feel like it has its advantages and disadvantages. Advantages being we have more people to spread across the positions, we're more efficient, we can divide tasks, get things done. Disadvantage is, well, it creates more liability.
Right.
But so far it's working out, so I guess it's more in the advantage than the disadvantage.
I agree. I think Leaf is, she's been surprising me, Without Leaf, I don't know if we would have passed that 3rd floor test.
Yeah, that is not my strong suit at all, and I'm really, really proud of her, how she's kind of growing into her own.
Yeah. Hey, Woo, you proud of Leaf?
You're muted.
Oh, yeah, you're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, son. You're muted.
Oh, my bad. I'm gonna repeat what I said.
Yeah.
Can't you guys have your lovey-dovey moment on your own? I'm trying to sleep.
We're just
I'm trying
we're
to include you in the
discussing.
conversation, like...
Of course I'm proud of her. I always believed in her. It was you that didn't. Now, like I said, kiss, kiss, smooch, smooch. Good night.
Good night.
What is with every...
I don't know, but, it's not a bad suggestion.
Victor.
What?
It has been 6 months. And now you're gonna suggest this? Now?
I've been suggesting it. What do you mean?
Really? Have you? Honestly?
What? Where's this coming from?
Oh, I don't know. I've just gotten like shoulder pats and hugs for like the past 6 months, and now you're like, oh, that's
not
kiss.
true. What?
That is true.
Well, sorry. That's...
You still haven't even told me anything about yourself. I think I know as much as I did on the 1st floor than I do now. Tell me a story about you, and we'll see where it goes. And will you have front row tickets?
You don't want me to use this against you. Good night.
I would expect nothing less. So, tell me a story, Victor. And I like kind of poke him in his chest.
He kind of just chuckles. Well, once upon a time, there was this boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived in a pretty big family. You know, too big if you asked him. And he kinda didn't feel like he belonged that much. For various reasons. And every time he felt like he could get some attention, well, he took it. And I think eventually he started to worry that he was getting attention for the wrong reasons. But at the same time, it still felt good. So, for the rest of his pretty boring life, he sat around, didn't do much. Got attention whenever he could, did some training, and eventually got bored of it all and entered the tower. That's my story. Who knows how it'll end?
Kind of feel like I knew all that already.
Well,
Mr. I'm so bored with everything.
you can't assume my life is that interesting. But I hope that's okay.
Well, I think it's more interesting than you let on. But
No.
you're keeping it from me.
You're
Victor.
the
How
one
dare you?
who has the interesting story. I've heard snippets, but you're hiding a lot more than I am.
I wouldn't go that far.
You got any stories?
Way too many. Way too many.
I'm listening.
Anything specific you want to know?
Look, I said a story, now you have to. I don't care what it is. It could be a story you heard as a kid. I just want to hear you.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a girl who was born to a family that wanted her to live a life that she really wasn't interested in. And was pushed and made to do things that she wasn't really keen on. And finally, when she grew a little bit of a rebellious streak, after being given a summons to enter into a marriage she wasn't really keen on, she pulled some strings and was given some time before this contract was supposed to be fulfilled. And so she went on a small little journey, kind of to find herself or maybe to buy her some time. And she met someone. And they hit it off really well. And, a little too well, maybe, in the eyes of some. But it came to a very tragic...
OBS did a little jump startle thing, so...
Hey, not cool, OBS. We're having a hard start.
I know, sorry.
Come on. No, you're good, you're good. I still don't think she even has that answer anymore.
What if...
But who knows?
Well, what if that girl ends up meeting a guy who makes her life even worse. And maybe...
You can kind of...
Yeah?
You can kind of give them a quizzical look.
What if the trauma that she's experienced, that broken heart, what if she gets it again?
Are you trying to tell me something?
He looks up at you. You know, all my life, I've never hesitated before. I just thought of love as some kind of pastime. Just a way to... I don't even know what I thought about it, because it wasn't. He just sighs. I'm not the kind of guy you think I am. And normally I wouldn't care if whatever we did, but what if I hurt you? What if you experience that all over again?
Well, let's just say